When a tragedy occurs, we look to the media to learn, to see what happened, and to know who's at fault. When a miracle happens, we turn to the media to learn, to see what happened, and to see who to thank. When injustice occurs or cruelty is legalized, we turn to those who fight. Because instinctively, we know it is not enough just to watch. But at the same time as we turn to them, they turn to us. They need us. History has shown that there is no force more powerful than collective solidarity. No one person or ruling class can indefinitely silence the will of the people. But where do the people find that will? What pushes them to fight for change? There are so many mediums through which information can pass in our world. How can you possibly hope to effectively create a movement for change?
No one expected it to be as big as it was, and it got big fast.
It's just seismic.
The Dobbs decision by the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, and from that, the constitutional right to an abortion was taken away.
We were just at the commission board meeting. They pretty much said their hands are tied, there's nothing that they can do, while these workers are complaining about their co-workers being kidnapped.
I talked to my husband and my family about it, and then decided that it was important to me. I want to be on the right side of history when this all goes down. I want to be known as somebody that stood up and said this is not right for our patients.
Here is a Black boy with all of these medical issues, and a mother, a Black mother, that is struggling to just live life, and systems of oppression that cannot even give her what she needs.
The fight for equality in this country is unfortunately an ongoing struggle. And the fight for a woman's right to healthcare is just one of many examples. The documentary America's War on Women unpacks the multi-year plan of religious and political groups to remove bodily autonomy while propping up corrupt government systems. After the overturning of Roe v. Wade, many individuals and organizations set out to provide support to vulnerable communities.
And my motto and my mission is always to give people the skills and the tool sets to be change agents for their own environments.
Others turn to advocacy and the political sphere.
I have 2 constituents in my district who are living with the very real consequences of the bill that we passed.
Florida State Senator Lauren Book is taking that fight to the legislature.
I did not think I was going to be a politician. Was not anywhere in my realm of reality. But the past 2 years have inspired me, and I feel the same way. I was called to do this.
This documentary highlights the efforts of those who chose to fight back, even if it meant directly confronting citizens in their homes about ways to change legislation.
How did that go?
So good. So good.
Okay.
Obviously, he said he was pro-life. Yeah, he's pro-life, but he doesn't want men. He doesn't want men to have a say, and that it should be the woman's decision. Yes. Which is why we're reaching across the aisle, because everyone needs medical freedom. Yes.
By focusing on what is being done, this documentary gives the audience a sense of hope and a better understanding of how to get involved.
I would like to see the rage after Dobbs, which I call that rage sacred fuel, and just fire up in people's hearts and minds so that they understand the responsibility to keep their own freedoms is really on each individual's back.
My name is Anthony McClendon, and in this video essay, I will discuss how documentary media gives a voice to the voiceless and the specific methods used to instill hope while sparking movements for progressive change. Video is a powerful tool in the art of persuasion, because it allows for the audience to be transported to a new location and see life in new ways. The Encampments is a documentary that tells the story of the student protest movement in response to Israel's genocide of the Palestinian people. The motivation for the students came from the violence and injustice that happened across the globe, but through video journalism, Palestinians were able to share the daily turmoil they experienced while simply trying to survive. For months, years, and even to this day, Western media outlets described these movements as anti-Semitic and breeding grounds for Hamas sympathizers. This documentary showed this narrative to be false. The directors highlighted the solidarity across genders, nationalities, and religions. Solidarity that wanted not for the oppression, but for freedom, for equality. It was through this documentary that a new narrative was created.
It resonated a lot with the students because I think it gave them a really concrete and direct way to place pressure in order to advance the Palestinian struggle.
What drove the students to participate was the social aspect of creating change together. And that is the very same thing achieved by this documentary.
Knowing that Columbia is in an encampment, and Georgia State's in an encampment, and San Diego State's in an encampment, and feeling that every university came together to say, this is wrong, and we're gonna sit here until it's fixed.
In showing the mass solidarity not only among students within one university, but also among numerous universities across the country and even the globe, this documentary instilled a sense of civic responsibility. Because if tens of thousands of students are willing to risk expulsion, arrest, and even deportation just for showing up, then maybe we can show up too. It becomes much easier when you're not the first. That is, in my opinion, what makes this documentary so powerful, and documentaries as a whole. They can take an issue that you care about and explore the lives of individuals devoted to fighting for change.
You watched the fucking video? Did you watch the fucking video? This is American now.
Earlier this year, the Trump administration sent thousands of immigration, customs, and enforcement officers to Minneapolis in response to protests against the killing of 2 Minnesotans. This influx of officers did not discourage the people of Minnesota or cause them to back down. Instead, it led to solidarity, once again spurred on by the use of digital media. More than 300,000 people and 1,000 businesses joined in a day-long general strike, effectively shutting down large portions of production and the economy in Minnesota.
I chose to kneel and risk arrest with 100 clergy and lay leaders because everyday Minnesotans are showing up to protect their neighbors.
Documentaries like this one fueled more protests across the country. People were seeing their friends, families, and fellow Americans disappeared, often with no justification. So organizers turned to Minnesota, and they used their solidarity as a template to motivate hundreds of thousands of Americans to take action across the country.
We're just getting started. We are creative, we have a cause that we believe in, and we're gonna fight till the end.